Greetings, I'm Sister Modupwe, and welcome to the Sister Modupwe's Raw Vegan Soul Food Show. I am so glad that you're here. We have 4 fabulous raw vegan soul food demos coming up, all right? Now this first one, green and delicious. Delicious and nutritious. So green, green, green. And you know what we say, if you're green inside, you're clean inside, okay? So stay tuned, be ready to get your taste buds jumping, and enjoy. Thank you. Great day, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I am so glad to have you here. We're going to have a wonderful time. Today, we're making something green, green, green. You know, if you're green inside, you're clean inside. So today, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to use an ingredient maybe you've never used before. This is Sister Modupwe, raw vegan soul food chef, and I'm happy that you're here with me. We're going to have a great time. Okay, so let's get started. Today we're going to make a tomatilla salsa, dressing, soup if you like it, whatever you want to call it, however you want to eat it. We just want to make sure that you're eating something very nutritious, and those look nutritious, don't they? Sometimes people call them green tomatoes, but they're actually not tomatoes. They're in the nightshade family. They're called tomatillas. People have different names for them. They usually have a papery husk on them. I've already peeled them and I've rinsed them really well. They have a really sticky substance on them, and you want to make sure you not only rinse these off really well, you want to rinse that substance off your hands too. So, few ingredients, big, big flavor. Tomatillas, green onions or scallions, cilantro, limes, and garlic, okay? And then we're also going to add a couple seasonings. A little bit of African bird pepper, got to keep that spice and that kick in there. A little bit of Himalayan pink salt. I love this stuff and it's so good for you. And then a herbalized salt. And this has, it's made with good sea salt and land salts, but it also has about 24 different herbs in it. So you'll see later that it actually looks kind of green, and that's because there's so much herbs in it, and it gives the food a really, really nice flavor. Okay, so to start off, we're going to use our handy dandy food processor. Now, it is possible to make this dish by hand, but you're going to have to do a lot of chopping. And chopping is fine, chopping can be fun. So let's talk about choosing the freshest vegetables, because the dish can't taste great, taste good, or be as good for you if you don't start out with really, really good, fresh, delicious ingredients. All right. So with the tomatillas, you want to make sure that they're nice and firm, they're not withered, they're not discolored, they're not too big, not too small. I like about the medium size. Sometimes I have some that are smaller if they're really fresh, okay? Now, we're going to chop those up in a moment. Let's talk a little bit about the scallions. Sometimes you'll buy them and they're much thinner. Sometimes I like the larger ones, more flavor, more volume. When you choose these, you want to make sure that you choose them such that the tops are really fresh and firm, okay? You don't want to choose ones where, especially if you're going to use the tops, where they're all yellowed or they're feeling almost slimy, okay? So watch when you buy these in the store. Don't just grab a bunch and don't check them out like my husband likes to do if I send him to the store for vegetables. So you really want to check them out. Make sure they're fresh and firm. All right, that's how you get the best flavor and nutrition from them. All right, same thing with the cilantro. You don't want your cilantro to be yellowy or all withered up and things like that. You do want to make sure to rinse it really well, because like spinach, it's grown in kind of a sandy soil, and it can have a lot of sand or dirt particles in with it, and you want to really make sure that you rinse it off well. I've got limes here. You can choose yellow limes. I have a friend that has an orchard, and his yellow limes are delicious, but this time I have green limes, and you want to make sure that you can either choose key limes, different types of limes that will actually give the dish a little bit of a different flavor. And then really, really fresh garlic, okay? I've already peeled that, so we'll be getting to that soon. So we don't have to have a real big chopping session going on because the food processor is going to do a lot of that, right? So I also got a garlic press and something to strain the lime juice with. So what we're going to do right now is just get these green onions or scallions chopped up and put into the food processor. And remember, I don't have to chop them a lot because the food processor is really going to take care of them. Okay, so here we go. First ingredient. This dish is really, really nutritious for you. Let me tell you a little bit about the nutrition of the tomatillas. They are really good in terms of minerals and in terms of their sodium to potassium ratio. They're one of the lowest sodium to potassium ratio vegetables out there. So those who are looking to limit their sodium intake, this is a good bet. They're called a berry, and even though they're a fruit, some people cook with them, and they're really, really tasty, and a lot of people don't utilize them. Of course, the people from Mexico and Central America and such, this is one of their favorite types of vegetables to use because it's so versatile. You put it in a casserole, like I say. This particular dish we're making, we can make it thinner and use it as a salad dressing, maybe put more lime juice in it if we want. You can use some live raw chips and use it as a dip. I like to even sometimes chop up avocado and put in with it, and it is delicious. More green, never too much green. Remember, the body needs a lot of good greens because they're actually greens. A lot of people don't realize, but green vegetables are a good source of omega-3s. And in America, a lot of people are eating way too much omega-6. It's really putting their body into an unbalanced state and leading to dis-ease. Okay, so you really want to make sure to include foods that have a good ratio of the omega-3s because people are overdoing it with the 6s with the vegetable oils and such. Okay, and something people don't realize about cilantro. Cilantro is really good at removing toxins from the body. So it's like whatever you can throw some cilantro in. It's great in drinks. It's great on anything. You chop it up, put it in salads. Really, really good for you. So make sure to include a lot of cilantro in your eating regime. And I like to say eating regime or your eating lifestyle because people say diet, and it's not about dieting. It's about finding out what the right foods are to eat to keep you healthy and strong. Okay, and remember, diet actually starts with D-I-E. We're not going in that direction. Okay, so the garlic. If you're a garlic head like me, you might add quite a bit of garlic, but it's a personal choice, and of course, you can skip it if you like. Really gives it a nice pungent flavor though. There we go. That's easy. Yes, garlic is one of the things I love, and most people like the flavor of garlic, but if somebody doesn't, again, you can just leave it out. Okay, so now we're going to blend this a bit with the food processor. Some noise here. While I get my lines together. And the thing with the food processors, you always have to stop it, and scrape it down. That's all right. Oh my gosh, I wish you could smell this. It smells so good. And it's looking beautiful. Remember, green inside, you're clean inside. I have a friend who likes to say that. All right, let's put some lime juice in here. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine more fragrance, but this is smelling divine. Limes, nice vitamin C. And remember, I was telling you about the nutrition for the tomatillas. They are weight per weight. They have more minerals than tomatoes. Yeah, things like copper and phosphorus and magnesium. Really, really good stuff for you. Okay, another lime here. And of course, I squeeze these really, really good to release all that goodness out of them. Oh, okay. Get Getting a little excited there. Wow. Like I say, depending on how thick you want it for sauces or for a dip. Some people even like to use the tomatilla salsa as a marinade. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Almost done. Now we can add a little bit of the Himalayan salt while it's steaming. And a little bit of the African bird pepper. All right. So I let it spin quite a bit, so really it is really ready to be used as a really nice dip. And of course, I've got to do a little taste sample to make sure it's ready. It is so flavorful, and it's a little bit spicy. I really love it. I'm already thinking about marinating it and using it as a salad dressing. Like I say, I can eat this as a soup, especially if I chop up an avocado. It'd be so good, so delicious and tasty to me, and so fantastically nutritious for me. So I hope that you will take the time to use these simple ingredients to make yourself a phenomenally nutritious, beautiful green dish. Simple, fast, delicious, and nutritious. So until next time, have fun in your kitchen. Remember, it's your laboratory, and it's a very important laboratory because it's the nutrition that you deliver to your body to keep yourself being fabulous. So long. Peace and blessings.